Okay, it says Hangout on Air is live. Hello, everybody. Lovely people. How are you? Um, this is Prem Johal from England, and I have with me the lovely Judy Tecker from Oklahoma, I believe, and Bill Wilmot from Reading in the United Kingdom. So first of all, thank you guys for being here. Thanks for giving us your time. And today I just want to quickly and briefly go through a number of things. The Hangout is named Show Them the Money. So the idea is really that, to be honest with you, all of us are in the business to earn an income. You hopefully agree with that. You're here to make money, right? And making money using a direct sales or direct distribution system that you can build up like almost like a shop, like an online e-commerce shop, and that pays you over and over again. We have that solution. The small difficulty, of course, is that the product we're dealing with is not only critical in history, in time, in the current economic environment, it's actually very, very important what we're doing, but it's a hard sell. And to be honest with you, pardon my French, but it's a bloody hard sell, because a lot of people are like, gold, what do I do with gold? You know, it just doesn't compute. Like, okay, gold is for rich people, but I don't have the money. I would like the money. I would like some gold, but actually I need income. I got bills to pay, blah, blah, blah. And that is exactly where it hurts. Most people are hurting because it's the income that must come first. And all other considerations, such as what we do with gold, etc., comes later on. So, well, show them the money means we're going to discuss the income element. But before we go there, I just want to give you one little clear signal that when it comes to product, when it comes to quality and the price of the product, these are two elements that our company completely takes care of. So you never, ever, ever have to worry or question or wonder what is the quality of product you're getting. And you never, ever, ever have to doubt, am I getting the best deal in the market or not? If you find somebody who's going to argue over pennies and cents, oh, I can get $1 cheaper for $1,000 product, I can get $1 cheaper somewhere else, then they're not understanding the business at all. They haven't understood what we're doing. $1 isn't a contention, but several percentages in value, then yes, of course, we need to be competitive. But because we're competitive, we have this added element that builds you an income with which you can buy the gold. The idea isn't that you must buy the gold with your own money. The idea is that you find buyers and the company pays you as a distributor should be paid. So I'm just going to quickly go right to the basics, excuse me, and start from scratch, essentially. Bear with me. So where is the Hangout? Oops, I'm just going to share my screen. Share. Okay, I believe the screen is being shared. Can somebody give me a thumbs up if it's, yeah, excellent, thanks, Bill. So here we go. First of all, first protocol is the London Bullion Market Association. Look at those gorgeous bars of gold. The London Bullion Market Association is the world's #1 authority that deals with the trading of gold bullion. They not only are responsible for the pricing, but also about how the whole business of actual trading takes place. They have something called a good delivery list. Now, I've already opened up this tab in the next one here, and this good delivery list is a list of refiners. If they are on this LBMA good delivery list, then that refiner is considered to be acceptable by absolutely everybody, whether it's the government of a foreign country or whether a private individual that is buying large quantities. This is the benchmark standard you're looking for. There isn't a higher qualification. There isn't a better certification you need to look for. And as a copycat to the LBMA, there are a whole bunch of other similar associations. There's the Dubai Bullion Market Association. There's the Indian Bombay Bullion Market Association, and various others in all the countries to regulate your local market. But as far as an international benchmark standard is concerned, the LBMA, based in literally London, England, is what you need to be looking for. Here you have a gold current list. All you have to do is go home to the LBMA. It says lbma.org.uk. Go home, London Bullion Market, good delivery list, and then refiners search. In here, you've got the current gold list, the current silver list, former gold and silver. So some get knocked out. If they don't meet the strict criteria, they get kicked out of the gold delivery list. And our supplier is Argo Heraeus. And here they are, Argo Heraeus SA, first listing in 1961. Argo was a separate company to Heraeus. Argo was kind of German, Austrian, Swiss, and Heraeus was mainly German. And they've been through a few sort of divorce and remarriage at some point, but now it's Argo Heraeus as it stands at this moment. And this is literally our supplier. They are not only a referee refiner. So basically LBMA has, let's say, about roughly 75 people, 75 refineries all over the world on the good delivery list, but only 5 of them are referee refiners. What does that mean? That means that they are so reliable in what they do that LBMA literally delegates and tells them, dude, you take care of this dispute, this argument on our behalf. LBMA doesn't have the staff, but you probably do. So, you step in there and take care of this business on our behalf in terms of being a referee in the business of good delivery, in the business of verifying the quality of the gold, in the process of melting down a bar to prove whether it's true and pure or not. Okay, so Argo Heraeus, this is our product supplier. This is arguably, one of the most prestigious companies in the world, if not the number one. There's a couple of others that come close in terms of sheer quality, and funnily enough, they're all Swiss, and this is also the Swiss company Argo Heraeus. The components made here, these things are literally the casings of gold Rolex or Patek Philippe or similar watches. I believe Cartier also get their products done here. And these are very, very fine precision, fine manufacturing processes. You will find all the details of everything that Argo Heraeus produces. But what we really are interested in is the actual finished product. Now, if you are a distributor with us, you don't really need to know all the details of what is going on here, but we will go through all of these. Keep watching some of the Hangouts. We'll cover things like the fineness, the caratage, the purity of the bar, and the packaging. What is a Kine bar? That's a very unique thing. We'll be covering in future Hangouts things like why not platinum, why not palladium, why not silver, which should you go for, etc. We'll cover all that, right? But what has happened recently is something very, very exciting. The company got into partnership with a cloud mining company called Genesis Mining. So Genesis Mining is pretty much the top dog when it comes to the sheer scale of operation when it comes to cloud mining. What is cloud mining? Cloud mining is basically, literally as you see in this image here, a series of servers with very high quality graphic cards connected to each other, a shed load of electricity that could power up an entire town gets fed into these servers, and they solve a mathematical problem at the end of which a Bitcoin is generated. So you could literally mine Bitcoin out of these servers. And the company has a proper official partnership with Genesis Mining. Now, there are other competitors, obviously, and some of the competitors and their respective followers have personal opinions about which is better, which is not. So here is a simple way of looking at it. You go to bitcoinmining.com, neutral, independent website, not necessarily affiliated to any particular one company. So you go bitcoinmining.com, and then best Bitcoin cloud mining contract reviews. And they literally review who's got the best deal. Now, there are a whole bunch of scams out there. Here, look, this is actually literally I've seen this before on the internet space, people trying to sell some of the other matrix binary kind of a Ponzi, but the mining farm doesn't actually exist. Whereas our CEO has made sure he's not only visited the company, but he's sat down with the very transparent owners who can be found here. You know, that you can literally, they're not shy to show their faces, who they are. You know, half a dozen of them are literally PhDs in mathematics, and they tell you who they are. So, you know, it's a very transparent company, and you will find the details here. Best Bitcoin cloud hashing services, Hashflare, then here's Genesis, then Minex, etc., etc. You can keep scrolling down. Best Bitcoin cloud mining contracts. Again, they're listed here, and generally you will find not just for Bitcoin, but also for Litecoin and Dash Cloud. You've got a whole bunch of different services, and Genesis tends to crop up every time, and it says very clearly, you know, this is roughly what it does. The terms on which the mining is available are all listed here, right? So we've got a powerful, super powerful combination of Bitcoin mining for those who are interested in complete and total passive income, and the highest quality of precious metal for those who want to have this very straightforward, conservative approach to being a distributor for just the gold. So you don't need to go for the mining, but I'll get to that point in just a brief moment. I just want to show you here, for example, if you go to Bloomberg.com, you can just simply type in XAU USD, and boom, you get today is being Sunday, obviously this is a Friday price. You get $1,177 per ounce is the price of gold per ounce, per 31 point something grams. I'm not going to be specific, but yeah, this is 1177. So you know roughly what the price is, 1177, right? I'm just going to go into another screen and show you. Oops, bear with me. Okay, here we are. So the reason I showed you that 1177 is, bear with me, I'm just going to log in here, and I wanted to show you something literally here in our back office. So if I go into the precious metals area, make a single purchase, for example, our last price from Friday was 1178. The wholesale price you saw was 1177. Obviously, the price goes up and down. This was fixed sometime early in the morning. So by the time this was fixed in the morning on the Friday, this is this past week, literally 2 days ago, the price would have been different. But still, you know, this goes to prove to you that we actually are very, very competitively priced. So the actual wholesale price achieved through Argo Heraeus at the last LBMA price is 37.894 grams, dollars per gram. What does that mean? Well, let's say we got 195, maybe no, 196, there you go, 195.5. Yeah, that sounds good, 195.4, there you go. We've got about $195.4 for 5.003 grams. Ignore the 003. Let's go 5, yeah? So you pay about $195 for 5 grams of gold. And this isn't just any Tom, Dick, and Harry gold. This is gold by Argo Heraeus, one of the best companies on the planet, at their LBMA price fixing. So you do not need to have any doubt in your mind. And I genuinely, honestly mean it. You could literally take a snapshot of this and send it to pretty much anybody and tell them, now compare prices. And you can boldly and openly do that. I'm not going to save that document. And the reason I'm doing this is because if you go to this other company here, and I'm openly comparing it to Carrot Bars because I have been an affiliate with Carrot Bars, I understand what is going on in the background, how the compensation plan works, and I have been an affiliate. So I'm not going to tell you any differently, and I'm boldly telling you $269 for 5 grams. is a whopping $75 too much. $75 for this 5 gram is too much. And to be very frank with you, no ordinary buyer would tend to go and buy at this price. Just looking at these prices, anyone could compare the prices in the market and know that there are better and cheaper ways of literally earning or saving gold. So even a regular saver could come in here and simply buy at a significant discount because it is literally at wholesale prices. Right now, if I just quickly log out, oh, actually, let me show you the crypto mining. Nearly forgot about that. Here you go. I have not yet paid for any of this crypto mining myself, okay? And this is why this is an incredibly lucrative business. I have earned myself 3.364 terahash of mining power. How have I earned this? I have earned this simply because there's a whole bunch of people, already existing members. When they buy something, I get a tiny little fraction of their purchase given to me as a bonus by the company. This is incredibly, incredibly powerful because here it's the people who choose their own level of comfort at which they buy their own mining power. The most recent transaction here, December 3rd, so clearly only yesterday. And I got a tiny little fraction, but every little helps, every little pays. So what's happened here as a consequence is that I've got 3.364 terahash per second of mining power. That generates roughly $1.15 in payout per day to me, like clockwork. And just in case you wanted to see what that looks like, I'm going to sign into my Coinbase account. And here we go. So I want to check my account. And I had cleared this literally a few days ago before the Bitcoin mining started. So here you go. Starting on the 12th of November, that's when the Bitcoin started coming in at the rate of 30 British pence, a few fractional here, but literally every single day, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, blah, 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 and I am here. And if I now go back to today, once in a while it skips, so I didn't get paid on the 1st of December, but I got 2 payments instead on the 2nd of December, and I don't get too nervous about it if it comes late or whatever. And I'm getting literally every single day, there's a little bit of Bitcoin coming. But the beauty of this particular contract is, if I show you transaction here, it says it's a lifetime contract. So it will only get canceled subject to a few conditions, which is why there is a massive warning attached to this, is that, this is not a guarantee for income, because even Bitcoin mining is subject to conditions. It must be a healthy, profitable environment in which Bitcoin is generated. If certain conditions are broken, the income will stop and your contract may be terminated. The contract may be revived if certain other conditions kick in. But before we discuss those things in detail, you must recognize that this is very real money being created in the back office that is adding to my Coinbase wallet here. And when it comes into my Coinbase wallet, and I've kept this deliberately empty to show the progress over a period of time, in a few weeks' time, I hope to have a significantly larger amount of Bitcoin in here as a consequence. But what happens here is this. I get paid because somebody else has gone ahead and purchased mining power. And when they purchase mining power, they have to assess how much is it that they are willing to lay out. What I would like to see is every single member joining this particular business opportunity recommending a combination of gold and Bitcoin to regular buyers out there in the market. And according to their own comfort, when they go and purchase either Bitcoin or Bitcoin mining, that is, or physical precious metal, you, the new member, should get paid automatically, regardless of having any specific multi-level marketing kind of a consideration. Why is that important? Allow me to show you. Here is one simple package. I won't take too long on this one, but this is our top package at the moment. It costs $5,000 US. It's called the platinum package. Platinum does not refer to the metal. Platinum refers to the level of the package at which you enter the system. Now, if you are an affiliate member with us, you only have to sign up, really, with the silver package at $249 one-time payment and then $50 a month to remain a member. And you can still sell a 5,000 platinum package if you so choose. However, if you have the spare cash and the capital available to you, literally rotting in a bank, not earning any interest, at the risk of being stuck in the bank, ask any Greek or Cypriot person and they'll tell you whether money is safe in a bank or not. Even the Indians are regretting having too much money in the bank because they're now having to withdraw it. So 5,000 is the package that comes with a significant amount of benefits. First of all, you get the ability to swap gold for silver or gold for crypto or crypto for silver and gold and vice versa. So in any combination, you have access to an exchange. The Swiss gold and silver, as I explained, Argo Jerez, literally at wholesale rate. And out of this 2.97% margin that you see here that the company makes, actually one is set aside for you. Now look at this, customer free account and single orders. 1% of that precious metal order value out of this 2.97 is set aside for you, the distributor. So it is fair. I've shown you just how competitive we are, but obviously, you know, when somebody buys a shed load of gold, you would want to have some of it, and that 1% is set aside for you. And this, I believe, is very fair, very, very generous, and still massively competitive, even compared to regular mass market online retailers. We beat them hands down, both in quality and in price. There's just simply not much of a discussion here, to be honest with you. And I'm willing to take on just about anybody that throws this argument at us about our pricing or the product supplier. Now, you have already established that the pricing is absolutely superb. So now comes the question of $1,200 of Swiss gold and silver being part of the 5,000 package. So $1,200 worth of actual physical product, which is nearly 25%. And let's face it, if you're getting 25%, close to 25% of a physical product to you straight away in your back office, ready to be clicked and literally physically delivered to you at a short notice, otherwise left in a Swiss or Dubai free London Bullion Market Association accredited storage facility, this is something normally people pay for. You can have it stored for free, and you will get physical delivery if you so choose. But if you had to sell the $1,200 immediately the following day, there is absolutely no fees. So let's just for a moment consider just the precious metal. A quarter of this package is precious metal, $1,200. You can sell it back at no fee. It is saved for you in an LBMA, very, very critical, LBMA accredited facility, either in Switzerland or in Dubai, and it's completely free. You're not paying anything extra for it, okay? And you have the choice of physical delivery if you so choose. Now, I'm not going to cover premium education program because that's Bob Proctor. If you like Bob Proctor, welcome. If you don't like him, well, we have the program anyway. It's included in the package. Many, many people have benefited from the mindset and the wealth training. But often people say, well, you know, I'm okay. I don't need this. Fine, no problem. What you're looking at here is really, for the precious metal side alone, something that just cannot be argued with as being a superb, very, very cost-effective product and service combined and rolled up into one. Now let's talk about the Bitcoin mining. Part of this $5,000 cost is 15,000 gigahash of Bitcoin mining. Now, I showed you the Genesis Mining website. On Genesis Mining, you will find that 15,000 gigahash of mining costs 1,950. Okay, so our price is exactly the same, 15,000 gigahash and 15,000 gigahash with Genesis. Our price is exactly the same. But because you're going for this package, what happens is every time you find a person that wants to have their money working away for them, this 1500 gigahash at the moment, given market conditions, the level of Bitcoin, the level of difficulty in mining, all these things considered, this 15,000 gigahash will roughly give you a 28% income in Bitcoin. This 28% income in Bitcoin is on the 5,000. So the discussion here is very simple and straightforward. Have you got $5,000 in your bank? If the answer is yes, the next question is, would you like to make approximately 20 to 28%, and this is the upper limit I'm using, 20 to 28% over your 5,000 over a year, subject to Bitcoin mining risk? There's clearly no guarantee, as this massive big red disclaimer tells you. There's no guarantee you will earn any money at all. However, as I demonstrated to you, I have so far earned in little drips and drabs. It may not be bank busting just yet, but remember, I didn't pay for it. What I showed you in my back office, literally, let me go back in there actually. I showed you something here that was 3.34 terahash. That 3.34 terahash is, just a little more than this 3 terahash here. That's worth about $450. So just in bonuses from my existing team members who went and purchased their respective mining power, I got about $450 worth of mining given to me. And this is where this is an incredibly powerful system, because each time somebody comes in, and this doesn't have to be a network marketer, it could be literally the top 20 cash depositors in your local bank. All you need to know is where they live and who they are. Well, that means you might have to explore possibilities of the 2 to 5 mile radius from your home offline, getting in touch with people, whether you do it by leaflets or pamphlets or any other way, local advertisement, local newspapers, little business cards left at your dentist, those kind of ideas. There's plenty we are aware of, we know how it works, but this is for those people willing to put their money to work harder than it is right now, currently rotting away and just getting lazy in the bank, basically. If they come in, this 15,000 is included. They ought to be happy and satisfied with 28% return roughly at the moment, and it looks good right now. Things could deteriorate, but they could also significantly improve. For what it's worth, if 28% is good enough return for them, then you get paid 3,000 gigahash of mining power plus a $590 thank you bonus for introducing them. If I take the 590 here and the 450 here, let's round this down to 500 and round this up to 500. Yeah, so you got $1,000. So basically, out of the $5,000 platinum package, $1,000 is set aside for the introducer. Any member joining at this 5K platinum package does not need to recruit, does not need to grow a team, does not need to have any downlines, but they're free to introduce anybody they like. If they themselves start seeing returns, they might want to talk about it, whether it's on the golf course or anywhere else. And if they talk about what they're getting paid in literally daily in Bitcoin, guess what? It's a no-brainer, isn't it? They will end up introducing other people using their own particular sign-up link. But this is basically how the passive income element, this is where the money is, because not only is a regular next-door neighbor making their money based on this Bitcoin income, they're also getting a physical product of $1,200 worth of gold or silver included in the package. They're getting a service which normally costs a shed load of money, a Swiss or Dubai LBMA storage facility. They can have it physically delivered, so it's not just something out there in some storage facility in a foreign country, but you can actually have it to your doorstep, and then you become responsible for what you do with it. And as it says here, sponsoring not necessary to be paid daily in BTC mining payout. Obviously not, because 28%, if you're satisfied with that, well done. Congratulations. That's 28 times more than your bank is paying you right now anyway. And to be honest with you, I personally don't want to be the sucker that has money stuck in a bank doing absolutely nothing. I would rather deploy it here and take a bit of risk with Bitcoin mining. Maybe not a bit of risk, maybe significant risk with Bitcoin mining, but it's certainly a better way to put money to work rather than having it just waste away. But see, what else happens here is, this is the first Bitcoin mining power that your referral or your customer or your client will have. As they get more Bitcoin income coming in, they can keep buying in small little chunks more and more of the mining power. Each time they buy more mining power, you get 5%, just like you saw mine here. Okay, in most of these cases, this is the 5% that I've been getting when somebody else has gone ahead and purchased their own mining power. So you not only get the big whopping chunk in the beginning when you introduce them, but going forward, each time they buy more, you get paid more. Each time they buy more mining, you get more mining. Each time they buy more gold or silver, you get more cash paid out at 1% rate. So you get paid continuously, non-stop, if they are constantly increasing their own capacity, whether it's physical or in mining. And I have not yet touched the discussion about compounding. Compounding is quite simply, if they are earning already here and adding to their mining, they are compounding their overall mining capacity and therefore getting paid on a daily basis a little more of a fraction of Bitcoin. But each time they compound, guess what? You are also compounding because you get paid out a bonus. They compound, you compound without physically compounding. You just get more mining added to you. So they compound, you compound. They compound, you compound. They don't compound, you still earn based on what bonuses you got paid out. If you wanted 5 such chunks that make up 15,000, 5 times 3,000 is 15,000. If you wanted that, you need 5 platinum members, very clearly. You'll get, at the rate of $590, you get $2,950 in cash for introducing 5 people. It is not as straightforward as that. You know, a lot of people complain, oh yeah, it says, you know, just bring in 1, just bring in 3, just bring in 5, and you learn so much and so on. And it's a nightmare to bring in just 1 normally. But as I'm telling you, you do not need to go after network marketing individuals only. There are property investors, there are businessmen, there are cash-rich people out there to whom $5,000 isn't much. It is exciting for them to take a risk on Bitcoin mining because it may be a new concept to them. You do not need burnt out and exhausted and frankly specifically rev share damaged and hurt and bruised network marketers are not necessarily your target. Your target are people who shy away from network marketing but don't really mind deploying money passively. And as it says here, sponsoring not necessary to be paid daily. Okay, you know, guys, this is for just 28% per year. If the same person were to double their mining power, basically if they increase their mining power every week by just 200 gigahash, so first week is 15,200, second week is 15,400, then 15,600. You know, each week, if they just increased their hash mining power by 200 gigahash, like clockwork, at the end of week 52, that's 12 months, they will have 25,000 gigahash of mining power. 25,000 gigahash of mining power, if my calculation is correct, is roughly $12 a day. $12 a day, you say, is not much. Well, it's $12 a day more than what your bank is paying you anyway. That's how I look at it. You know, and on top of that, it's a lifetime mining contract. So if Bitcoin goes up in value and stays there and remains profitable for the rest of the life of the Bitcoin itself, and you know, for the rest of your natural life, then guess what? You've got something paying you on a daily basis, which is better than what your pensions are doing, and it's better than what your bank account is doing right now. So they compound, you compound. They compound actively, you compound passively, because you're not really compounding, are you? But if you are earning enough income, then you have a choice. You can add more mining power. If you want to be conservative, add more gold and silver. If you don't want to be either, take your money into your Coinbase wallet or whatever wallet you use, take it out in that, and go buy some Starbucks coffee or some mulled wine for Christmas. So guys, I hope this was, you know, a quick overview. This was my intention. Oops, stop sharing. And gosh, where's the Hangout gone? I hope I am here somewhere. Ah, I'm back. Okay, sorry. Hi. Yeah, you know, it's a choice. Compounding is by far the most powerful way to earn money. I've given you some basic examples here, but this is where the money is. And the money, the Hangout is called Show Them the Money. Them are people out there. They don't have to be network marketers. I can assure you, I can promise you, I have spent hours upon hours upon hours talking to people, hurting. I've got 2 people who actually joined us and then left because they were so depressed with what happened with Traffic Monsoon. They just couldn't get over it because they had put so much hope in there. And you know, I'm not debating ever again whether Traffic Monsoon was right or wrong, regulators right or wrong, rules good or wrong. It doesn't matter. It left people damaged. A lot of people keep getting damaged. A lot of people I'm aware of right this moment are regretting decisions made over the year that cost them hundreds, if not thousands of dollars, that literally got sunk into one or the other system. Here, with this system, unlike my previous business, which was Carrot Bars, and I'm boldly telling you that was a large empty cardboard box with very little gold in it. Yeah. The idea of Carrot Bars was if you can recruit, the compensation plan was aggressive enough to pay you very handsomely, and that was the purpose. And when you get paid, you save more gold. You get paid, you save more gold. Didn't work out because I was hoping to align myself with a system that was meant to do the recruiting for everybody, not just for me, for everybody. Everybody was meant to benefit from it. That's the whole point. A leader will always benefit if he can recruit. The people stuck at the bottom don't benefit if they can't recruit. And this was the problem with Carrot Bars. Here, it's very simple. You don't need to recruit in order to make money. You need to find people interested in making more money passively. That's not recruiting. That's offering a service. You can't say that a dentist is recruiting people that need a tooth fixed. No. A person that has a toothache goes to a dentist to get it fixed. So if you're a person that is able to offer passive income and a superior product at wholesale prices, no discussion, no argument, the absolute best quality in every which way, all you have to do is position yourself. They will not know you exist unless you let them know you exist. My local leaflet campaign is doing wonders because people are turning around and saying, whoa, I never paid attention to this. Excuse me, I'm too busy, you know, getting up in the morning, going to the train and going to work, and then I have to read up in the newspaper what's been happening in the world, and you know, I'm just too busy. I have money. It's not doing anything in the bank. I don't want to put it in the stock market. I really don't want to top up my pension right now. What do I do? Here's the solution. So if I could just have a little bit of feedback, Bill, maybe if you just tell me if this was a reasonable coverage of what we intended, and then I'll hand over to Judy, or Bill, you hand over to Judy because Judy has some questions, I believe.
Yeah, sure, Prem. Thanks for actually, I have to say, I think that is probably your best webinar so far because it covers so much. I mean, you've pretty much covered the whole spectrum from the gold all the way through the actual mining aspect, the passive income, and the networking side. So, and I think you're a very good presenter anyway, but I think you've done an excellent job tonight. So I can't see how you can fail to see the value we're offering through Swiss Gold, really. Because you're right. I mean, essentially, that by doing the passive income side for the mining, that can help you pay and save your gold. I mean, you've got a choice. You can actually take, if you need the income, you can withdraw that back to your bank if you want to take that risk, or you can choose to actually use your earnings to buy your gold and silver. So you've got that there for any day when the markets get a bit naughty. Yeah. So I'm going to use this video for myself to send to lots of people, basically, because I think it hits the mark really, really well. So well done, sir. Good on you. Judy, you want to jump in and say what you think?
Yeah, hey, Prem, I am so impressed with your hash power. Oh my gosh. If I wasn't in the business, I would join. I just wanted to say real quick, or one of the questions is, you talked about traffic monsoon, and there are so many programs like them, so many small Bitcoin kind of businesses that are just little startups, and people just are being abused by those kind of programs. And I would like for you to just address, how long has Swiss Gold Global been in business? And I'll tell you what, I was real impressed with Bill Rowell. And can you just maybe talk about how long Swiss Gold Global's been in business, and maybe a little bit about Bill?
Sure. Thank you, Judy. Thanks, Bill, for that feedback. So when I got to know Bill Rowell, I didn't know he even existed before that. I had joined another company because I have a vision why it is necessary for people to own gold as an insurance, as protection for their own financial stability. Because I'm a finance professional from the City of London. I've done wealth management myself. And when I had a chat with Bill Rowell for the first time, he quickly recognized that, I am not full of hot air. I know what I'm talking about. I know what the banking system looks like from the inside. I know where the economy is heading, and I don't want to be a prophet of doom. I want to bring a realistic solution to the people. The compensation plan, by the way, Judy, we just saw, it's a uni-level compensation plan. So Judy, when you bring in 10, 15, 20 people into your downline, my share is negligible. All that benefit, that compensation plan you saw, the juiciest bits, the $1,000, they're all yours, Judy. So my job is to help all of you all and the existing team to, and this is where I spend my time. But the reason I'm so passionate about this is because Bill Rowell did something for me that changed everything for me. Sorry, forgive me. I need to do something about this. Okay, so what Bill Rowell did is this. He proved to me that he is not in it to make millions for himself. How did he prove it to me? He says, Prem, you know how the market works? I said, yes. He said, what's the price right now? I had a look. This is the price. And then he gave me his price. This is the price at which we will give it to you. I said, wow. So how do you make any money? He says, you know what he says? We make money because we have significantly more savers than we have affiliates. So there are people out there who do not wish to discuss that they have a savings account with us. They come in quietly as savers, save like clockwork, do their business, and mind their business. And this is the main reason why this company is not all over social media, is not all over as famous as it really should be. So to me, it kind of makes perfect sense. Now, here's a guy who's not only an accomplished businessman, he's Australian. I really have a lot of time for Australians and New Zealanders because Each one that I've ever met, they're so straightforward about everything. They don't beat around the bush. They just tell you like it is, like real Crocodile Dundees. And I love that. So, he's a straight shooter. He's like, Prem, this is what it is. This is what we're doing, and this is why we're doing it. I said, okay, fine. So how do you make your money? He says, well, look, we've got the product at Wholesale. Then bolted onto it, we have a compensation plan for affiliates. And that doesn't affect the pricing, whether you're a free account saver or whether you're a paid affiliate or whether you're a platinum member, you become a national ambassador or whatever else you want to do, whatever else you're like, it does not, the pricing does not affect. So everybody's treated equally and fairly to begin with. For an 8-year-old company where Bob Proctor comes on video and says, these guys have something special for you. When he comes on video and talks about my sponsor, Claudia, he says, Claudia has something for you. And Bob Proctor himself, somebody whose videos have been seen by 200 million people, The Secret movie has been seen by lots of people. He comes and openly says, very comfortably, there's only 3 things you need in life. 3 types of wealth that you need to acquire: gold, silver, and knowledge. And I do genuinely believe knowledge is the kind of wealth that is most elusive. Gold and silver is relatively easy to get your hands on, but it's the knowledge that goes with it. And this is why I'm so terribly passionate about this business. I feel ethically, I'm at ease with it. It's been around for 8 years. Genesis mining, even the whole idea of Bitcoin mining is only a few years old. Okay, so we have to take it with a pinch of salt. But the reality is that the people behind Genesis mining are transparent, educated, sophisticated, and Bill Rowell spent a lot of time meeting them, getting in touch with them. It's been a year-long project, this thing coming together like this so beautifully. So we are in a very, very good place. And I have just one thing to say to people going after all kinds of Bitcoin or cryptocurrency related opportunities. One simple question you have to ask yourself is this: a cryptocurrency is already a non-tangible digital product. It's not something you'll ever be able to touch with your hands. Now, if you cannot make a payment with it, it can't be a currency. A currency, as the word suggests, must be current. A currency simply means it is a means by which you can render a payment. If you can't, and if it's locked up and closed up and cooped up in somebody's server privately, and the only demand and supply is based on members alone, I recently had to block somebody in my Facebook page because they were promoting a compensation plan. Excuse me. They're promoting a compensation plan for a cryptocurrency that isn't actually even available yet. And they were writing on their wall saying all the members should immediately put some money aside every single day in order to buy that currency and build it up and support it from within the membership. Look, I come from wealth management. Okay, it's a very common sense, logical thing for me to say, so you're basically insider dealing. He said, well, how dare you talk to me like that? How dare you accuse me of insider dealing? Well, no, hang on a minute. If the value of the currency or cryptocurrency is exclusively inflated by its own members buying more and more, that is insider dealing. If insider dealing is frowned upon in the stocks and shares market, why is it suddenly acceptable in the cryptocurrency arena? On the other hand, an openly public listed currency such as Bitcoin, it is the people's demand and supply that drives its price. And there we have a degree of reassurance. There are other risk factors, there's hackers, there's the instability of the blockchain, the delayed payments. There's all sorts of things that happen that are completely out of our control. But one thing we do know is that when there is a demand for it, because people want it, because while having it, they're able to make a payment with it, it is legitimate. If you cannot make a payment with it today, it doesn't matter when it gets listed on the exchange and becomes active and available or whatever. It does not matter. And I totally and 100% appreciate and understand there's a lot of opportunities out there that will pay you today for something that will be available next year. Good luck with that. I have absolutely no qualms about that. Good luck to you. But I personally, from a conscience perspective, I cannot sell a product in the future whose commission I have already charged to somebody today. Right? I'm not gonna, in our case, in the back office, let's say, Judy, you buy some hash mining power of your own, and let's say you're my direct, which I believe you are. Excuse me. So when you buy your mining power, I get paid after you purchased your mining power. I get paid. If you bought some gold, I get paid 2 weeks later. When you pay your subscription, I get paid a whole month later. So you have access to your product or service immediately. And in case of the gold and silver, you have a sell back clause in there. You can sell back almost immediately. And I have to wait a number of days before I get compensation for any of your activity. It's the other way around with a lot of other opportunities where I sign you up today, I get your commission tomorrow, and the product isn't even available until April next year. This is where you have to be careful. There are a lot of other cloud mining opportunities that also offer commissions and bonuses and have a structure of their own. And I'm not going to be disparaging about them. I'm just not going to compare us with others for no reason. I have been able to compare with Carrot Bars because I've been an affiliate with Carrot Bars, and I know it's a nightmare to actually recruit. And only those who could constantly and regularly recruit are the ones that are able to unlock the binary units all the time, those who are able to balance their legs, and they're the only ones that ever benefit in Carrot Bars, and those who've been there really early on. And yes, of course, they will always be loyal to Carrot Bars. Good luck to them. But it's the remaining 90% that need to pay attention over here right now, because we have a solution that has nothing to do with the binary. You don't have any legs to balance. And this product with completely total passive income can be taken to anybody. So I hope that answers your question, Judy. And also, I believe Bill has some question now.
Yeah, because 2 questions come through for YouTube, actually. So I'm just going to read them out as I can read them. From Janet Griffin: if I wanted to move up the packages, do I pay the full price for each package or the difference between each package?
Very good question, Janet, and I will tell you exactly how it is. You are a member, you're already in the system, right? Now you need to choose what exactly you want and just go for what exactly you want. So if you wanted more mining, just go for more mining and forget everything else. If you wanted more gold, go for more gold and forget everything else. Upgrading to the next package basically takes care of your annual fee up front. That is the benefit of it. It does not necessarily mean you get a better value straight away. Okay. However, if you wanted to upgrade, your pricing adjustment, if you have any questions or concern, it can be dealt with retrospectively. So if you have any specific packages in mind, which one of the 3 or 4 packages that are the upgrades available, we can chat about that offline anyway. But just so you know, what is it that you're after? Are you after the passive Bitcoin mining income? Just go for the mining then, and then wait for another occasion to go for the metal. If you want more metal, you're free to buy it anytime, anyway. If you wanted more of a rank advancement, then of course the bigger packages include the rank as part of it. You're free to upgrade anytime. I hope that answers the question. Is there any other, Bill?
Yes, one more. I'm just going to try and paraphrase this. So I've got John Mattia, I think it is, and he's saying Prem outlined an example, and I think he's referring to mining power, and I guess he'll correct me if I'm wrong. He's saying, can that be sent into or shared amongst our members as an example? Now, I think we've got a video out there which uses the actual Bitcoin mining calculator, yeah? And that helps us calculate the daily earnings, weekly earnings and monthly earnings. So that's what we've been using to date to illustrate examples of what the actual earning potential is, yeah? I guess your financial, you have obviously got a financial background like I have, and we tend to be very cautious when giving examples. So perhaps you just want to cover that off briefly.
Okay, thanks. Hi, John. Thanks for that question. John, there are a few variables that are outside of our control, which is why I am reluctant to use a spreadsheet, because actually, to be honest with you, for the 5,000 package that was just demonstrated, the mining power alone is higher than the numbers we've used. The rate of return that comes through that, the rate of Bitcoin payout on a daily basis is higher than what you've been told. But you know, it's just prudent to be, first of all, conservative with the numbers. So you're not building up somebody's expectation needlessly. They need to also be realistic about it. And remember, there's always that big fat disclaimer. And no matter how many disclaimers you put in there, you know, anybody intending to take it out of context will take it out of context, and you can't help that. So this is one of the reasons why I literally had a spreadsheet prepared, John, that I wanted to show and say, this is how the compounding works. This is the effect that keeps clocking up. But it doesn't really make sense, because somebody could download this video, cut out all the other disclaimer discussions, go just for the income element, and then make a claim out there to attract attention. And you know, that's just trouble we don't want. So John, there is officially a Bitcoin calculator. You can even type it in Google and try it yourself. It'll tell you the various complex variables that come in. So one variable is the difficulty level of mining. That's more people coming in improves or increases the difficulty level of mining, because now there are more people chasing after the same limited Bitcoin. Then comes technological advancement. For example, they might come up with a chip that is 5 times more powerful. So obviously the equipment right now is rendered old-fashioned. So the company might have to spend more to actually get that. And so what happens with our contracts? Are we going to keep up, or do we still get access, or do we get a still? There's so many variables. For the time being, your mining power pays you reasonably well, and it is a legitimate formal company. I've heard some comments here and there by people who have their own agenda. Those people need to be ignored, and people who have a genuine concern about Bitcoin mining generally need to bear in mind, this is for those that want it. It is not being forced upon anyone. Our primary business is gold and silver. None of those cynics and skeptics are going to be able to debate with us the quality of the metal we provide and why this is a fantastic solution on the planet, added to a cryptocurrency exchange. So combine these things and we just don't have any competition. But when it comes to working it out, again, you know, I would independently use the cryptocurrency calculator, but I'm not necessarily going to display it here, because unfortunately it can be taken out of context. And I believe Judy has a question as well.
Yeah, I was just thinking here that we may have some people watching who are real interested to become affiliates. Maybe they're worried about the possibility of recruiting other people. And I think, Prem, I'd like for you to just talk about, as a team, what do we have available to us to help someone bring information to someone else? You know, I know we have these webinars, but are there other things available that we can help someone through the process of talking to other people?
Sure. Thank you, Judy. I'll try and answer that. Recruiting is an absolutely difficult task, no matter who you are, where you are, and what industry you're dealing with. Largely because far too many companies have come and gone that have burnt people and left them hurting. And that increases. Remember, every time something like traffic monsoon, my advertising pays, or something like that gets into trouble, it increases the anxiety levels. You know, I thank God that there's a few other opportunities that appear to get into trouble, but they're back up. They're literally online again now. I won't mention their names. I don't want to offend people, but there's a few opportunities that have just come back online after some hacking issues and some other technical problems. But broadly speaking, recruiting is extremely difficult, full stop. But now you have to ask yourself, why is it that people even bother with this industry? Because it does a number of things: residual income, passive income, ever increasing income if you build a team. Most people can't build a team. Most people give up too soon. And, you know, frankly speaking, I've had somebody send me a message, oh, somebody's just dropped out of their downline because they don't have enough to eat. And I have to ask them, why did you bring someone in there that didn't have the ability to last more than a month? Were they expecting a miracle within a month that they'd be rolling in millions? If they don't have enough money to eat, you are the unethical person that brings in a person that can't even afford it. And yet you go for the, you know, one-time commission or whatever. So this is where there is a difficulty. Anybody considering joining this, all businesses are difficult. And a lot of them promise the world, we will recruit these for you. You'll get these 3 sign-ups at $50. And no, I'm sorry. All these are failures. You have to work at it, and you have to have a strategy in place. So what we have is a number of things. We have a Skype group where the inner core team is helped. We also have, you know, a number of our members are independently growing regardless of my direct involvement with them. And there you've got, they're doing things in their own way. But there's a number of things to be done. First of all, do you have a good and proper landing page that is bespoke for you? Do you need something where there's an introduction video, people opt in, and then you have a follow-up video? Do you have the time to just take a few hours in a week, just 2 or 3 hours per week to compose an email? If you don't know how to do it, let's do it together. Okay, compose an email, send your prospects an email, send your email list an email. Do you know where to drive traffic? Do you know how to drive traffic? Do you know the basics of marketing? Are you part of a rev share where you can put up a banner? Do you have all these materials? If yes, great. We have what you need in order to move forward. If you don't have any of this, then you need to think, how was business being done before internet ruined so many lives? And in the marketing space, the internet is actually more burnt out people and less successful people. There are some that are crushing it and killing it and all that, and I keep seeing these expressions. But, you know, a lot of people, and I see a lot of leaders, you know, going from program to program to program, leaving a trail of burnt out people behind. There's probably more people getting burnt than that are actually benefiting in any way, shape, or form. So this is why I ask you, if you really want to grow a business, will you treat it as a business? And if you're going to treat it as a business, will you put in the effort required to actually grow a business? And this kind of business that we are in is actually a lot easier, a heck of a lot easier than owning a shop, paying rental, having staff. If you can't man it yourself behind the till or the counter or whatever, you know, paying for the stock, stocking it up, and then still having to advertise in case you're not in a heavy footfall area. So compared to that, this is a one-time, almost totally passive thing where you get in $5,000, boom, you're in. And that's the top package. There are cheaper packages as well. The reason I didn't show them is because you get proportionately less bells and whistles in the system. But $5,000 is fairly straightforward. If you're in a Western country, there are, in your own neighborhood, dozens upon dozens of people that will have that kind of capital wasting away in a bank. In the United Kingdom, there's 700 billion British pounds worth of cash deposits that are right now earning absolutely nothing. And if nothing else, this is literally, I wouldn't call it an investment per se, but you do really need to invest in yourself. You do. And this is an investment in your own financial future, where you are taking care of the value of your wealth in something reliable, such as precious metals. But you're also participating in an exciting, futuristic, modern way of looking at things, which is Bitcoin. Combining the two as a solution to fiat currency, to the banking system, and to all the problems, economic problems out there, just a no-brainer, really. But, as Judy asked, do we have? Yes, we have a lot of stuff to help you with. We have a lot of training to help you with. Are you willing to learn? Mindset in the back office, part of the package. Do you have the time? I recently spoke to somebody. They have exactly 124 friends on their Facebook. And when I asked them, so what do you do? They said, well, I like something once a day. Excuse me? Your audience is 124. Out of them, maybe 2 or 3 will see that you liked something. And just because you liked something, you're expecting money to come in ka-ching, ka-ching. It's not going to happen. You can come up with the smartest, most clever post every single day of your life, and still people may not like, comment, or share your post unless there is something in it for them. And this is why social media is quite burnt out. And as my recent experience tells me, there's all kinds of crooks and thugs that come online, project themselves as some great leaders because they've got some fancy tools, and talk about how many years experience they have. And look, listen, a convicted rapist has years of experience in a prison. That doesn't make them a better person. Okay, just because somebody says I have 30 years of experience means absolutely jack. The content and the value that you get from everybody that you come across, that alone should drive the business case. Now, if you haven't got the content or the value to give, that should not stop you from getting into this or any other business. So if you're doing if you're doing those alkaline water machines, Kangen, whatever they're called, if you're doing that business, absolutely awesome. It's a great business to be in. Okay, I'm not going to discourage you, but if you don't know how to take that value forward, or if you don't know how to market that, then the reality is you probably need to learn or put in more effort into personal development in order to be able to do that business. Having said that, however, that isn't exclusively an online system. Think about your neighborhood. Think about the nearest metropolis, nearest city, where you have postcodes that have reasonably affluent people that have the exact same concerns about drinking alkaline water, and your water business should do well with that. So similarly, all I'm saying is that there are people in banks that have bank accounts with money in them already sitting there doing nothing. That is your target audience, not your exhausted info please kind of marketer who, you can dump all the info you want on people and still they won't sign up because they don't necessarily see the value. They just want to make money. This is why, the internet marketing space, I feel, is burnt out, crowded. You need to really think, what were people doing before the internet? How is it that people made 6-7-figure incomes in the days of Herbalife and Amway and so many other, Tupperware, Avon Cosmetics. I'm sure Bill Wilmot will be able to tell you. Clean Easy was a company in the UK dropping literally catalogs through doors, and then people filling out a form and saying, I would like this, that, and for the garden or for the home, and you'd get a small little, commission on that. And people would say, how's it going? You would tell them it's going well, and then they would sign up, and you would have a binary as well, or multi-level structure, But there's so many different companies that have been here that did not need the internet. Even right now, for example, I know one company, it's called Premier Cashback. They're practically non-existent on the internet, but they're doing well, and they're paying, and the affiliates, those who are pushing it, are doing well. So it's not, we look at this business as if, oh, I'm going to drop a few links out there, and suddenly, somehow, miraculously, somebody will sign up. Even if they sign up, you still have to take them through the KYC process. You have to tell them what's going on. You have to bring them in, welcome them in. I genuinely believe that those who are willing to stick with us and work with us, we are family. And, not just me, I know everybody, not just on the panel, but even in the team. We always put our hand up and say, okay, sorry, I don't know this. Anybody else have a better idea? We pool our resources together and work like a genuine team, like a genuine internet-based family. And, criticism is okay. And, there's no Nazi business taking place with us. But it is hard. It's not an easy business. It is a hard business, no matter what you do. The only easy businesses to do are HYIPs and Ponzi's, because it's the money that drives people to sign up, whether there's something in the background or not. And you just hope that you get away with taking a lot of money from other people early enough before it collapses. That, to me, is personally highly unethical. I don't ever want to go anywhere near those kind of companies ever. So I hope that answers you, Judy. And I think we're just about over. So any other questions, guys? Let me know.
No, we're good. I think that's pretty much us done. I think I don't see any more questions, but thanks for answering so well as usual. I think it's just worth mentioning one thing, actually, because you mentioned KYC, and as part of our registration process, we do offer a 14-day guarantee, don't we? Yeah, and we know there are businesses out there that don't offer such a qualification, so we do stand apart in that way as well.
Yes, thanks for reminding me, Bill. I might as well tell you now. I live in the United Kingdom, and the United Kingdom has a set of laws that are very strict. Any business you join, first of all, should not be billing you for its core membership, should not be billing you more than 200 British pounds. That's about $250. That's our joining fee. Our joining fee is just that. When you buy the other packages, you're buying the mining and the gold and everything else in advance, and that's what adds to the size of the package. But a joining fee is legitimate, legal in the United Kingdom, but also absolutely perfectly legit in all 50 United States straight away. Then in the United Kingdom, you ought to have a right to cancel, 14 days right to cancel for any business to be considered legitimate. For this reason, Carrot Bars is technically illegitimate. And I'm able to tell you that because I regret bringing people into the system that then changed their mind and they couldn't do anything with it. In that case, go to the UK regulator and tell them what you think of Carrot Bars. And, drop me a private message and I will show you what to do. All right, guys? But we are legit. This is a regular, proper company. Obviously, we don't want you to sign up and then ask for a refund. Ask your questions in advance. Let us show you and answer you and satisfy you and come in with the strength of conviction necessary to build a business that is not just time critical, but it's actually essential when it comes to building a wealth. This isn't a business that you should join saying, oh, here's my credit card and oops, I changed my mind because my mood is different now. If you're going to have mood swings so quickly, maybe this is not for you. We would like serious business partners. We will hold your hand and walk you through, as Bill can, I'm sure, and Judy can testify. Nobody is left alone to their own devices. If you reach out for help, we help. If you want to do things your own way, it's your choice. but we are here to help, and that'll always be the case. But I think, guys, we'll call it a day now. So thank you, Judy. Thank you, Bill. And thanks, guys, for watching. And do join us Wednesday, same time, 9 o'clock UK, 4 o'clock Eastern will be our next session. Do join us then. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.